Today on NewsCenter, get the latest on the presidential candidate's campaign trail, catch up with some MSU alumni at the career fair, and learn about the vote to change the alcohol policy on campus. All this and more today on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Nick Oliver.
And I'm Mary Dameron. We start with a severe weather alert. Chad Hedrick joins us with a quick update. Chad?
Yeah, guys, you know, we've got a wintry mess going across the entire Commonwealth right now, specifically in the eastern and central parts of the state. We've got snow, we've got sleet, we've got freezing rain and rain going anywhere, stretching from Ashland all the way towards Louisville and going even further north past Covington and even further south past Pikeville, where we're seeing a little bit more of snow and rain. Now let's take a look at the current temperatures. We're right at freezing in Mount Sterling, Moorhead, and Ashland, Prestonsburg. Mount Sterling, if you're going to be traveling in that area, especially on I-64, be careful. Traffic has been at a standstill for most of the afternoon due to several accidents on the interstate because of this quick snowfall and the freezing temperatures on the roadways. Take a look at the winter weather advisory stretching all the way from Pikeville all the way just south of Covington. This is in effect until 11 o'clock tonight, guys, so be careful. If you have to be out on the roads, be careful, but do not get on if you don't have to. I'll have a more in-depth update in just a bit, guys.
In Be Heard 2016, it was a big night for Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton on Super Tuesday, both winning 7 states in their party's primaries and caucuses.
NewsCenter's political correspondent Chad Hedrick joins us live with a full recap. Chad?
Yeah, guys, Be Heard 2016, everybody is being heard with Super Tuesday when 12 states went to the polls. Now let's take a look at that first state, Alabama. In Alabama, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton both won big. As I step out, you can see Donald Trump with 43% of the votes. Hillary Clinton took 78%. Ted Cruz came in second for the Republicans and Marco Rubio in third. Bernie Sanders in a very, very far distant second with only 19 points. Moving along to Arkansas, as you can see, we had pretty much the same thing in Arkansas and Alabama and all the states in the South. Donald Trump won big, as so did Hillary Clinton. Ted Cruz did come very close to winning over Donald Trump with just 2 points behind Marco Rubio in third. Ben Carson and John Kasich, it just wasn't their night. In Alaska and Colorado, they had separate caucuses for different parties. In Alaska, Donald Trump came in second. This is significant because he was recently endorsed by former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin. Ted Cruz won the state with 36% of the votes. Marco Rubio came in third with 15. Carson in fourth with 11%, and John Kasich way down at the bottom with 4 points. In Colorado, Bernie Sanders took the top spot, I should say, with 59% of the votes, with Hillary Clinton only getting 40%. Moving along to Georgia, back down south. The Super Tuesday is called the SEC primary because so many states that are in the Southeastern Conference in sports go to vote on this day, and Georgia was just like the rest of them. Donald Trump winning big with 39%. Marco Rubio came in second with 25%. Georgia is just to the north of Marco Rubio's home state of Florida, so it's not surprising that it came in second in Georgia. Ted Cruz came in a close third with 24 points. Hillary Clinton took over Bernie Sanders in this state as well with 71 to 28. Now as we move up to the northeast to Massachusetts, Donald Trump doing well again, almost taking half of the votes with 49%. Marco Rubio and John Kasich tied for second with 18 points each. Ted Cruz at 10, Ben Carson at 3. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, this was a close one. Massachusetts is close to Bernie Sanders' home state of Vermont, so it was a pretty close call for that race. It took him a while to actually call that race, but Hillary Clinton ultimately took the top spot. Minnesota, Marco Rubio took his first state of the primary season, getting 37% of the vote. Ted Cruz came in second with 29. Donald Trump in the middle of the pack with 21. Minnesota was his worst state of the night, coming in third place. Ben Carson and John Kasich at the bottom again. Bernie Sanders also taking Minnesota over Hillary Clinton, 62 to 38. Now, as we move back along towards the rest of the states, we're going to go to Oklahoma. Oklahoma, just north of Ted Cruz's home state of Texas, with 34%. Donald Trump came in second with 28, Rubio 26. Ben Carson and John Kasich, just not a good night for them in this area as well. Bernie Sanders took over Oklahoma as well with 52 to 42 over Clinton. Moving on to Tennessee, back down south, Donald Trump again won big. So did Hillary Clinton, Cruz and Rubio in second and third, like we've been seeing from the whole night. Now going to Texas, Ted Cruz's home state. Obviously, it wasn't a big surprise that he won Texas 44% to 27 over Trump, Rubio at 18. Hillary Clinton did well in Texas as well, taking over 65% of the vote. As we move along to Bernie Sanders' home state of Vermont, took 86% of the vote, Donald Trump 33%. John Kasich did well with 30%. And in Virginia, we had pretty much the same thing, Trump and Clinton winning these. Now, guys, don't forget, we have the Kentucky caucus coming up this week. But first, we'll take a look at the quick delegate counts. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are the front runners, is obvious. Remember, 10 to 4 on Saturday, the Kentucky caucus. You have to be a registered Republican by December 31st of 2015. Go to rpk.org/caucus for more information. And of course, we'll have updates on NewsCenter's Facebook and Twitter pages and right here on NewsCenter next week. Mary?
All right, Chad, thanks. With just a couple of days before the Kentucky Republican Presidential Caucus, presidential candidates are making stops in the bluegrass state to sway voters before they head out to the polls Saturday. Dr. Ben Carson was in Lexington on Monday, where he held a town hall meeting with about 1,000 attendees. Carson talked about the hostility in the race and is planning on moving forward. However, yesterday afternoon, Carson announced that he would not participate in tonight's Fox News GOP debate, saying he sees no path forward. After the results on Super Tuesday, Carson says he will make further announcements about his campaign tomorrow. On Tuesday, runner Donald Trump made a campaign stop in Louisville at the Kentucky International Convention Center, where he covered many topics from how well he has done in the primaries to his plan to improve what he calls a sagging economy, as well as create jobs and improve education. Trump also focused on the struggling coal industry in Kentucky. And finally, Florida Senator Marco Rubio was scheduled to be in Lexington tomorrow morning at the Lexington Center, but that appearance has been canceled. A spokesman says that he was not in order to do Rubio's time as efficiently as possible. As of now, there are no plans for the Ted Cruz or John Kasich campaigns to make stops in Kentucky in the near future.
A 14-year-old is charged with 2 counts of attempted murder, 2 counts of felonious assault, inducing panic and making terroristic threats after opening fire in a cafeteria at Madison Junior Senior High School in Middletown, Ohio, which is just about an hour north of Cincinnati. Officials have arrested James Austin Hancock for the shooting. 2 students were shot and 2 others were injured during the panic after the shots were fired. The 2 that were shot were flown to Dayton Hospital, where they were treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Classes for the entire school district were canceled on Tuesday, so school officials and staff come up with a plan to move forward. Classes resumed yesterday.
The career fair was hosted in ADEC Tuesday. NewsCenter's Jacob Valerio was there and caught up with some familiar NewsCenter faces.
I'm currently standing outside of ADEC, where the Career Festival is currently taking place.
The Career Fair is an opportunity for our students and alumni to network, to make some face-to-face contact with employers as well as graduate programs. We have over 80 organizations here, and it's a chance to pass out resumes, make connections for jobs, internships, and learn a little bit more about those graduate programs.
We're just here today solely to let folks know about some of the different jobs that we have at WKYT and if we have any job opportunities. But more importantly, just to kind of network with the students who are interested in our field and let them know that we're available if they want to come shadow or do an internship, that we're just an email or a phone call away, and just sort of get them interested in what we do.
When you get to a career fair like this, the best advice I would give for a lot of kids, we talked about the networking, but see if you can get a shadow or an internship, because that's going to be the real way that you know if that career is meant for you. You don't want to go into something totally blind. Sure, you get education about a field, but until you actually get in the real world to do it, it may not be for you. We've had a lot of people come through WKYT as interns, and then they find out it's not what they want to do. Then we've had people that come through as interns that weren't necessarily all gung-ho about television, and then they're like, okay, this is awesome, this is exactly what I want to do. So internships, even just a job shadowing for a day or 2.
For those of you who have not attended the career fair, it's highly suggested that you attend the next one and any possible future ones. It's very important to get your name out there. Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Jake Valerio.
March is going to be a busy month for construction on campus. Traffic will increase during the next few weeks starting today. Cranes arrived on campus to help with the framework of the new dorm and temporary dining facility. While all of these is going on, expect delays, especially on University Boulevards and Earl Clements Drive. During the construction, MSU PD will be towing cars left in the way of heavy trucks that will be bringing supplies and precast concrete to the construction sites about 15 to 30 times a day. There will be officers helping to direct foot and vehicle traffic during the work hours. If you have any questions about the construction efforts, you can contact Shayla Menville at 606-783-5281.
Kentucky House Democrats want to offer community college tuition to all Kentucky high school graduates. The proposal is modeled after a similar program in Tennessee that was enacted by a Republican governor and state legislator. Democratic House Speaker Greg Stumbo says that the bill passes, it could be an early place as early as this fall. Stumbo says the bill would cost $13 million the first year and $20 million in the second year. This proposal comes after Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin has proposed cutting public colleges and universities' state appropriations by 4.5% this year and 9% in each of the next 2 years. Bevin says he wants to use this savings to begin paying down the state's multi-billion-dollar pension deficit.
Coming up, Chad Hedrick is back in the NewsCenter Weather Center with your forecast.
And NewsCenter investigates alcohol sales on campus. We'll explain when we come back. Stick around.
I'm Chris Bailey,
And I'm Amber Philpott, and you're watching Channel 85.
MSU TV.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna...
Breaking the song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play.
I love the campus!
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada,
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity.
I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
Welcome back to News Center. Taking a look right now at this video from just outside of our studios as that heavy snowfall pushed through the state, covering University Boulevard right in front of Breckenridge Hall where our studios are located. Taking a look at the conditions right now, though, in Moorhead. We've got the snow showers coming through, 32 degrees, and guys, it's still coming down. As we move along, taking a look at the current temperatures at the record highs at 79 back in 1976. Clearly, we're nowhere near that right now as we've got those heavy snow squalls pushing through the area. Normal high is 52, and we're just not going to see that today. Taking a look right now at what we're seeing in the Commonwealth as the snow showers are pushing through. We're seeing the snow from Moorhead to Mount Sterling, as you can see with the current temperatures. 32, that means it's right at freezing, so it's a very wet, heavy snow, and it's clinging to stuff. If you're walking outside, it's going to cling to your hair, your eyelashes, your coat, and everything. A little bit warmer in Bowling Green, a little bit warmer in Middlesboro and Harlan, where they're seeing a little bit more of a mix between snow and rain and sleet, which, as you can see right now on First Alert Defender radar, courtesy of WKYT, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing that snow mix rain line pushing through the area, and it's a very fine line. In Lexington, you're seeing the snow and the rain mixing. In Ashland, you're seeing just the snow. Moorhead, just the snow. Hazard, Harlan County area, you're seeing the rain. London, the rain. Somerset, you're right on the end. Louisville, again, just some of the rain showers. With this, we are seeing some winter weather advisories from Moorhead all the way almost to Covington, all the way down to the Pikeville area. This is in effect until 11 o'clock tonight, so travel very carefully if you must, but if you can, stay home. This snow is causing the roads to slick up very quickly. This was not expected to be this quick and heavy hard hitting of a snowfall, and the crews are still trying to clear the roads. Mount Sterling on I-64 is a total mess right now. We'll have more in depth on this snowfall forecast in just a little bit, but for now, let's head back to the news desk with Mary.
Thanks, Chad. Student Government Association has started a petition to make Moorhead State a moist campus. NewsCenter's Alexis Matthews has the investigation.
The petition is a student-initiated and organized movement. Vice President of Student Life, Madonna Weathers, said that the university's policy on alcohol has changed over the years. Alcohol, with the approval of the president, can be served at specific events and places like the Gala and the Eagle Rally Zone. This new regulation would allow alcohol at all sporting events.
I think what they're trying to do is to encourage that the university consider serving alcohol at campus venues and campus events where it would be possible to do so. And I think it's certainly something worth exploring.
Other universities across the state have tried serving alcohol at sporting events. Weathers says she doesn't know the specifics, but it does leave a lot of questions that need to be asked and clarified.
But I think this is an effort for students to bring it before the administration for consideration. There already has been, I think, benefit in our ability to draw the kinds of crowds we want to for the gala and for other fundraising events. The students are also looking at it too, and it could be an opportunity for some revenue generation. Can it hurt the university? It depends on how the events come off and occur.
Weathers added that all the petition can do is bring awareness to the university that this is something the students would like to have considered.
There still would be a lot of vetting and discussion of the issue with the administration, and we're going to listen to what our alumni and parents and people think, because we do want to do what's best for our population and what will be best for the community as a whole and what will serve the university best.
The petition was started by SGA Student Life Committee Chair Caitlin Lewis with the goal of reaching 8,000 supporters. So far, the petition only has 520. NewsCenter reached out to the Dean of Students and he refused to comment. Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Alexis Matthews.
If you're interested in signing the petition, go to thepetitionsite.com and search for SGA Chance Alcohol Policy on campus.
We'll be right back after this break.
Wait, hold up. What? The game about to start. Hey, y'all, the game about to start.
Welcome back to NewsCenter. We continue to follow those snowy conditions outside on campus and across all over the state, really. 32 degrees right now with those heavy snow showers. Humidity at 90%. That means it's very moist air, which is why we're seeing those heavy, wet snowflakes and a very light wind. Moving on to the current temperatures right now, we're in the mid to low 30s, which is right at the freezing mark for Moorhead, Mount Sterling, and Ashland. This is where the biggest concerns are right now, and the heaviest snowfall is actually too. We're going to see 36 in Richmond and 41 down in Middlesboro, where they're seeing more of a rain mix in those areas as well, and they're kind of dry the further west you go. As you take a look at First Alert Defender radar, courtesy of WKYT, we see that heavy snow band right over top of Moorhead moving towards Ashland. Those darker whites, that's the heavier snowfall. The lighter grays are just the lighter stuff. We're seeing the little tiny mixes of pinks and purples. That's sleet and freezing rain. That's even worse because that's ice, really. And we're seeing the rain as well. Taking a look at your winter weather alerts. Winter weather advisory is in effect for the majority of central and eastern Kentucky until 11 o'clock tonight. That means travel is going to be very dangerous, very hazardous, and you're encouraged really to stay off the roads. Planning your evening tonight. We're going to see those rain showers, the snow and rain showers with the 1 to 3 inch accumulation, lows in the low 30s. Tomorrow, though, we do a little bit of a rebound with mostly cloudy skies and 44 degrees. That snow is obviously going to melt and travel will become much easier for you. And now, as we take a look at your 7-day forecast, it starts to get a lot better than what we're seeing right now. Low 40s tomorrow, low 50s for Saturday and Sunday with pretty clear conditions as well. And guys, we bounce back up into the upper 60s to low 70s for later this week. So guys, we just got to get through today.
All right, thanks, Chad. Now let's send it over to Kinsey Thompson with Eagle Athletics.
Your home for the Moorhead State Eagles, this is NewsCenter Sports. After coming off of 2 wins the past weekend, MSU's men's basketball team heads into the OVC tournament tonight with a 6-game winning streak. Last Thursday, the Eagles defeated Tennessee Tech by 10 in a 69-59 point victory. Last Saturday, the Eagles also beat Jacksonville State by 11 points in an 82-71 point victory. The Eagles believe that these 2 wins could really have a huge effect on how they perform in the tournament tonight. The Eagles say that their growing chemistry on the team has contributed to them playing so well and molding together as a team. NewsCenter spoke to senior Brent Arrington and coach Sean Woods to find out what it will take to sweep the OVC tournament.
Well, defensively, as I said, be against stops. Obviously, still having people, anybody, any night is going to have a great game, and the rest of the guys are just going to help pick it up for them, pick up the slack. And just playing like a team. We've been coming together a lot lately. Just doing everything it takes to win the games, especially down the stretch. I guess the versatility we have is one of the biggest things for us. Any night, we play a team with a certain type of playing style. You have a guy that gets off against that playing style, and that helps us a lot, especially late season, and I think that'll help us in the tournament.
When you're clicking, okay, and you're doing all the right things, you do feel good about yourself. And we know what we need to do to win basketball games, and when you're prepared, there's nothing else to worry about.
Eagles kick off their first game of the OVC tournament tonight in Nashville, Tennessee. MSU's baseball squad has returned to the Diamond with a 6-2 record following their OVC championship run last year. The Eagles currently lead the OVC in fielding percentage and are second in ERA this season. NewsCenter caught up with Coach McGuire to get his thoughts on the team so far and how he thinks the season will go.
If we keep getting better, this team has a very high ceiling because we're very athletic, but we're very unproven. I felt like when the season started, we would be very strong on the mound. We have a good pitching staff, the deepest and strongest pitching staff we've had since I've been here in my 4 years. And I felt like we'd be very good defensively. And you see those two things have come to fruition. I really like our freshman class. It's a very talented class. To me, there's several guys in that class that, 3 years from now should be getting pro interest and potential drafts. I feel like at the end of the day, we're going to be one of the top teams in the league. I feel like from a talent standpoint, we're one of the top teams in the league. It's great and it's exciting what last year's team accomplished. This year's team wants to take it to another level.
Following their loss at number 4 Louisville, MSU will have their first home game Saturday, March 5th against Siena. Speaking of the baseball team's loss to Louisville, Morehead State junior left fielder Michael Patrick connected on a 3-run homer at Louisville Wednesday, but it was a case of too little too late as the Cardinals defeated the Eagles 9-5 at Jim Patterson Stadium. MSU slipped to 6-3 against Ohio Valley Conference teams this season, while Louisville improved to 6-2 overall and 5-0 in the conference. The Cardinal pitching staff limited Morehead State to only 3 hits. Louisville opened up the 8-0 margin thanks to a 5-run 4th inning. Quote, "I thought with the exception of a few pitches, we threw the ball very well today and good enough to even win," said head coach Mike McGuire. "I was disappointed in our offense. We were anemic for 5 innings with hardly any quality at bats, and you simply can't do that against a good team, let alone any team, and expect to win." 5 Cardinal hitters had a multi-hit day as Louisville racked up 15 hits. Morehead State is set to open its 2016 home schedule Saturday at noon with a doubleheader versus Siena College. We'll be back with more news right after this.
Claypool Young Art Gallery, located in the center of campus, offers a wide variety of art pieces from various contemporary artists in America. Exhibitions rotate approximately once a month and also hosts art pieces created by Morehead State University students, allowing art majors to experience the learning process of showcasing their art. Claypool Young Art Gallery. Come on over today and be inspired by aspiring MSU artists.
The Morehead State University IT department hosted a technology expo in ADEC last week, informing students on all the new features they can expect to see within the next year. Leanza Peroni was there.
We have decided that it's a great time to start debuting the new technologies that have already started arriving on campus and many of the technologies that are going to continue to arrive over the course of the next 2 years. So as students arrive today, we're doing this technology expo focused exclusively to students, although anyone's welcome to come, but it's intended for students. So our theme today is kind of interesting. It's high speed, secure, wireless networking, optimized for your academic, business, and campus life. So that really is the theme, is your academic, business, and campus life. We'll have an individual there that's showing the new portal that's going to come, the new My Morehead State. We'll be showing the new mobile application. It'll be MSU's first real mobile application. We're going to be showing the new student planning and advising module, where you can look ahead multiple semesters and figure out how you need to plan your future academically, the new tool that'll let you register.
So as part of the project, what we're doing is making sure that we have comprehensive, high-performing Wi-Fi across all campuses, especially our resident halls. We want the Wi-Fi service to meet every need of the students that live in the resident halls, including gaming, streaming, of course, academic work as well. In the meantime, we're going through making sure that the Wi-Fi is high performing. It does cover all areas. There's no drops, there's no issues there. And so that's what we're doing this spring semester to make sure that we're ready to decommission those old wires.
By the way, access to the new MSU mobile app has been delayed for about a year due to the recent budget cuts.
Holbrook Drugstore is known for its small business feel with a nice, friendly smile. Dale Carpenter has been giving that feeling to customers for 44 years. On 208 East Main Street sits Holbrook Drug, a 70-year-old business that's known for its memories, relationships with customers, and their famous chocolate milkshakes. In 1972, 17-year-old Dale Carpenter walked into Holbrook Drug with hopes of finding his first job and walked out with a career.
First got the job, I just come up and talked to Mr. Holbrook. I knew him from coming in and picking up prescriptions. So I worked 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Made $1.25 an hour.
Now the store manager, Dale has worked at Holbrook Drug for 44 years and has done it all.
I've done everything. I swept, I mopped, I've done it all.
Every day focused on bringing the best friendly customer service that original owner, the late Robert Holbrook, established.
I enjoy people. I enjoy being with people. And so my customers mean a lot to me.
Over the years, things have changed.
We didn't have computers back then.
But two things will always remain the same. The famous milkshakes.
It takes about 2 good dips of ice cream to make a good milkshake.
And Dale's love for his job.
I'm not looking to retire anytime soon. I don't like staying at home.
Finally tonight, Delta Zeta held their annual Great Pretenders competition Tuesday night in Button Auditorium. NewsCenter was there.
The ladies of Delta Zeta sorority welcomed the MSU community to the jungle on Tuesday night. DZ held their annual Great Pretenders dance and lip-syncing competition. NewsCenter caught up with the brains of the operation, Becca Herod.
Great Pretenders is our biggest philanthropy event of the year. The theme for this year was Welcome to the Jungle, and it was just something that was fun and upbeat, and we had snakes and tigers and birds and gorillas and our safari people, and it was just really fun for us to do, come out here and act crazy and have a blast being how we are.
11 different student organizations and groups took the stage in hopes of winning, but there could only be one overall champ. The ladies of Gamma Phi Beta won the night over with their Wolf of Wall Street performance.
No money in the bank.
Although the night brought forth laughs, chants, and cheers, it was all part of a bigger picture. All the proceeds from Great Pretenders went to the Starkey Hearing Foundation,
which is an organization that provides cochlear implants to people less fortunate that wouldn't be able to get them otherwise.
Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Courtney Howell.
And that's going to do it for us tonight. Be safe out there tonight, and we will see you next week.
Bye.